I wasn't going to do a commercial at the beginning of this one, but I feel like
you
that
have
was
to
the
do a
commercial.
commercial. Don't you have to?
I don't really have to. But
You have to.
Yeah, you do. Who is this brought to you by?
Okay, I can do another commercial. Hold on.
Why is he laughing?
Today's episode is brought to you by the color white. It's not that bad. The color white.
No one uses the white pencil crown.
No one uses the white pencil crayon, right? Unless you have a black background. You know what I mean?
Oh, I don't know what that
I
means.
don't know
I
what
feel
that means, actually.
uncomfortable.
I actually don't know what that means.
Listen, I've gained weight.
That was one of my politically correct nursery rhymes I used to do is Baba Black Sheep, I'm not comfortable saying the word black.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a good one.
There's the kind of thing that would blow up on the TikTok.
Oh, potentially.
Oh, God, the TikTok.
You just have to call something stupid. That's basically it.
I call myself stupid all the time.
Yeah,
No one
if you
cares.
just go on there and you say cars are stupid and take a hard stance, people
on.
will argue with you.
Let's cut a clip for
about
TikTok
that.
right now.
You want to? Okay, ready? Here we go. Ready?
Air is dumb. You don't need air. Breathe nitrogen like a real fucking man.
Did you know that air is actually 79% nitrogen?
Air is air. Take your nitrogen and fuck off.
Wait, hold on.
It's actually only like
Hold on a second.
20.8% oxygen.
I was pro nitrogen, and now I went pro air. I didn't even know. I can't even stick up with myself.
No, you can't. You're both sides of the form right now.
damn it, I'm
You're
a
arguing
flip-flopper.
on both sides in the comment
I'm a
section
flip-flopper.
right now.
I like when people like comment on like your social media and they say shit like you're fucking stupid, and then I engage them. Then I'm like, you're so dumb, and I'm like, am I dumb enough to have been like using you to pump up the algorithm? Like, you idiot! Like, you're wasting your time. Like,
Dude, you should see it. Like dude, that's something I've been doing at some shows sometimes if I'm just
Reading
trying to
your
kill
TikTok
time.
comments?
Oh yeah, you just open it and you just read them and you're like, these, okay, dude, watch it. And you can get these and this will be all in the last, situation like that occurred. I get it all. That's Canada.
That's weird.
Whatever floats your boat.
do you want me to read comments as celebrities? I could do that for you.
I want to live on a boat. Ooh, that's very nice of them.
That's
Now
nice.
that's just stupid.
Yeah.
Okay. That's this guy clearly fucks. Okay.
Yeah, but you can't read your own comments.
You've been hit on. You've been hit on the head.
You've been hit on the head.
Yep.
Oh, that's cool.
You're making up fake countries.
What country did you make up?
Canada.
That's a fake country.
Yep.
None of this is real.
All of these are in the last 11 minutes, by the way.
Holy shit!
Oh yeah, people hate me.
I'll read your comments as a celebrity. Hold on a second.
Yeah, it sucks.
As a fellow single white, large male that used to live in an RV, not the best line to start a video. Oh, I'm joking, of course. All right, let's have another one.
Love the love on all my comments, but seriously, how do you always see and like my comments no matter what? The videos about you happen to find me.
First of all, what?
So stupid. I don't even know what these mean.
So they like that you like their comments?
That's what they like.
But they
you
were
like me.
tagging someone else. They were like adding another
Oh,
person.
they were. Oh, yeah.
It wasn't like me. It's like they're letting someone else
God, deathmatch.
finding their comments on other videos.
Okay, hold on a second. I'm gonna go back. If the shooter puts his gun up, what the fuck did you? What is this post about?
If the shooter puts his gun
I see, you
away.
notice that people on TikTok are getting
Hey.
older. Like, it used to be a
Yeah.
younger app, but now people, like, ants are using it and stuff.
Oh
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah. That's just how it works.
It's not
Always
just a
starts
young
with the
person
young
thing
people.
anymore,
That's
right?
why TikTok will be dead soon.
It's not the gun.
Soon the old people take it over and the
right.
kids. Dude,
It's
the
not-
one app that seems to go the test of time is Snapchat.
Still?
Kids love
Yeah.
Snapchat.
Oh, it's a
Like
younger
it-
phone.
Oh yeah, like that's the
Snapchat?
one for the kids.
I thought
It's a
dead.
gun-related one. That's why. That's why you
Yeah.
get all this gun comments.
Yeah, that was the one.
It's not the guns that are stupid, it's the people carrying them, and the tool is only as good as how responsible the owner is. Something lacking in many Americans.
That one was,
good.
and you know how he started that video is I think guns are stupid. And that's all they hear
Yeah,
for the rest of the way.
yeah.
And the other ones, and just call something stupid. And that is a very high success rate.
Thank God you don't own a gun.
This should be just a whole segment that we just do where we just read people's. You know what? If you want a celebrity read your comments and or your letter, you can send me a letter at skpodcast@gmail.com. Oh, by the way, this. I'm Simon King. This is What's Wrong, Part 2. We're 5 minutes in before I figured out how to fucking do that. Ladies and gentlemen, my guest this week. If you haven't watched Part 1, what the fuck are you doing? My guest this week, as last week, is Alex Mackenzie, ladies and gentlemen.
What you want to talk about?
Comedian, hair model, fan of White Rappers Only, and
That's a big one. That's very accurate.
I mean, it's their music, but it's his music. You know what I mean? And as always, my hold on, what could we call you this week? What do we got? Obsequious. Have we done that?
I think so.
Oh, obsequious. We've done that.
again?
I'm running out of adjectives. What's a good adjective?
I don't know what that it means.
Descriptive word.
Running.
I run?
Running? Okay.
Is it no, running's a verb, you
Producer
dodo.
Mike Greenwood.
I just know that verbs are actually...
Runnable?
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Runnable.
Yeah, there's Mike
Runnable.
Green Thumb. That's Mike Green Thumb.
Mike Greenwood, ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen.
right there.
And this this is Fuck This House. The house flipping show where we just burn your house
That's
down.
what I said. I said I fucked off my house.
Wouldn't that be great if there was like a show on you just pitched the show to like TLC or History or wherever the fuck they Discovery, wherever the fuck they... It was just like, it's so funny that History is just Nazis and TLC is just paternity test, like my 600-pound life. And then,
That's so
and
crazy.
then
That's when the
Discovery
world
is
started
just
going
like
to shit,
Neil
right?
deGrasse
As soon as
Tyson talking shit.
TLC got like Honey Boo Boo.
Yeah.
When the
Like-
Learning Channel became about like...
Exactly. When
Yeah.
you're like, that was the beginning of the end.
Yeah.
That's when they realized you're like, oh, ratings
Yeah.
run everything. You
You
just
don't want
need to.
nature, we want
We
dysfunction.
we don't need to learn. We need to sell ads.
And that's the
And
problem.
that's like what happened, and then it just
Yeah.
grew, and then everyone bought into that. Then the news became that,
Yeah.
where they're like, we need more people watching,
Yeah.
so we can sell more ads.
Yeah.
And then everything, like, dude, like even sports now, like look at the hockey players now, they're
Yeah.
selling their jerseys.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It's just,
Oh,
got
yeah,
to the
dude.
point where like
look at the
there's
boards.
nothing...
They superimpose on TV now on sports the glass. So you know the glass, like
Yeah,
around the
yeah,
hockey
yeah.
rink?
Yeah.
They have ads on the glass of the hockey rink because they're like, dude, that's ad space. And you're like, what the fuck? I remember the first time I saw it, I'm like, that can't be
Yeah, they can't.
live.
Yeah.
Soon the audience members will just have ads superimposed on each of their faces.
This brought to you by...
Where are you sitting? Right behind Schick. Yeah, that'd
Sex
be brutal.
and Schick.
Could you imagine?
The
Could you
Schick
imagine
section.
paying $130 for a ticket or some shit? And you get down there and you're like, "What the fuck is this?" It's just like Canadian Tire. You're like, "Ah, fuck."
Dude, it's pretty crazy. There's got to be... Is there going to be an end to it?
No.
I don't
Like
know.
eventually, like
No.
everything just gets covered in ad space, right?
This podcast is brought to you.
What about the street?
There'll be no humans. It'll just be all ad space.
What about the streets? You're like driving down the street and it's just like an ad coming at you. Time.
That's what life is now.
Exactly.
Life is. The thing is late stage capitalism has so many wonderful things to it, and one of the wonderful things to it is that you have no escape from sales. You have no escape from. Think about how much every day you're inundated. We don't even see it anymore. It's like when you hear a sound all the time and you just kind of ignore it.
Yeah.
We don't even realize how much we're being sold to all the fucking time. It happens constantly. Think about every web page you go on that has pop-up ads you don't even notice or look at that are on the side. It's just YouTube videos you don't even pay, but it's constant. There's more information given to you in a day now than in people's entire lives. 150 years ago. They just literally. I mean, even light is information. Technically, your brain is processing something. And
Have you seen them all?
Have I seen them all? No. Oh, right. That sounds like something a dermatologist hears way too much.
That sounds like something the mole
Have you
would
seen
say.
the mole?
Sounds like something the mole would
Have you
say.
seen this mole?
But that's the thing. I mean, have you seen this mole? Does this look okay to you?
Oh,
That's
no.
going to be a whole new show. Does this look infected? And it's just everyone just brings on their wounds because there's no healthcare in America, so they gotta go on TV. It's like well, I used to have that joke about
The only form of healthcare is on
about
TV.
like they used to have that joke about they should have a game show where you just win your medication. It's like here's this kid in this fucking bald kid in a
Squid Game
sports
came out
jersey
and basically
tries to
took
knock
your
down
bet.
a fucking pinata full of interferon. So he the blood cancer's made him weak, but he's got the willpower of a tiger. Fucking wheeling around with one foot. He's got to kick the giant soccer ball into that net if he wants his insulin.
get it.
I'd love the fuck out of sick leave. It'd be a great show. It's gonna happen. I mean, it is one because people love a few things. They love sex, they love misery, or fear, like true crime.
Dirt bikes.
I kind of think dirt bikes. I fucking love dirt bikes. Right? If you could have sex with a serial killer and a dirt bike, that'd be the ultimate show. Right, you know what I mean?
Yep.
They made a show about Dahmer, a TV show
I
about
know.
Dahmer.
You want to hear my
seen it?
Dahmer
Yeah,
TikTok?
I want to hear your Dahmer TikTok. Let's hear
Let's
it.
hear it. Let's hear it.
What was it? I forget. It's about, I could relate to Jeffrey Dahmer because my life would be completely different if it weren't for the one that got away.
Well.
Pretty good.
I like it.
Pretty good.
It's not bad.
If you have
Not
seen
bad.
Dahmer, that makes a lot more sense.
Or if you
'Cause
know anything about Jeffrey Dahmer.
I didn't even know who he was until this show
man.
came
See,
out.
the thing is
Seinfeld every night.
in my day, serial killer, there weren't as many as now. Like back in my day, they put out a great series. It was like an album. You had to like
Right.
every killing. And nowadays, they just put out a single. Oh, I just shut up a school. Back then, it was a series of work. The Green
I
River
love
Killer
that.
was
They
at it
don't
for
put out a
20 years
single.
now. Nowadays, it's like blam, 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 blam,
Yeah.
blam. Well, what have you done for me lately? You know?
Okay, so your single's got 20 hits. Big
Yeah.
deal. You know
Yeah.
what? This guy has been doing it for 17 years.
Could you imagine being a serial killer? You're out
Yeah.
there and you're just fucking murdering people, right? And you're doing it in this certain way. You're like, oh, they're going to call me the poison killer because I poison people. I poison people all the time. I poison people all over this particular area. I poison, and then they're like, the Lethbridge murderer. Oh, fuck! you just got this terrible name that doesn't suit you at all. And now you want to call them. I'm like, listen, I'm not going to tell you where the bodies are. But what I want is, could you just please tell them to stop calling me the Lethbridge killer?
I don't want that
I
name.
don't
want a
want
better
it. I'm the murder captain. That's why I always leave the
Oh,
captain's
God,
hats
I
with
love
me.
Yeah, I specifically left Captain Hat for a reason.
Captain Crunch is everywhere. What the fuck more do you need? You
know what I always think?
Captain Crunch.
The most frustrating must be the people who do like the mass shootings and
Yeah.
they get like 4 people.
Yeah.
And I go, dude, I think I could kill 4 people right now
Yeah.
walking out of this house
Yeah.
with my fucking
You
shoelaces.
could kill 4 people by throwing that book out this window.
That's what I mean. And I'm like, you had a fully automatic
Yeah.
assault rifle
Yeah.
in a fucking
But I
subway.
wounded 20. Doesn't matter. You only killed 4.
killed 4. Like,
4 is not
dude,
a good number.
I might kill that many people on my drive home today.
The problem is
chance
your
I-
name's on your house.
Exactly.
The thing is like they don't even report every mass killing anymore. Every mass shooting doesn't make the news. You got to be something.
like suicides now?
Yeah,
They
you
don't,
got to
like,
really
report
be.
it?
You got to like they don't because there's like 400 something mass killings every year, like 400 multiple killings every year in the states, and they don't report them all because it'd be the whole day. It'd be like a mass, which will eventually be a channel. It's like how many mass killings today?
It's like the weather changing.
But they
Can
should
you
have
invest
like
in mass shooting?
yeah, you definitely
Bullets, guns,
people.
yeah.
Well, Smith and Wesson
NRA.
does.
Republicans do it.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. And but like the mass shootings thing, yeah, it's like I think that like first of all, shooting. What are you? Come on, like it's 2022. Everybody does that. That's hack. Alright? If you're gonna kill someone, give me something interesting. Hey, this guy killed 9 people with a toothpick. Thank you. You know what I mean? Like put that on the news.
How would
know?
you kill with a toothpick, you think?
Oh, just a lot of stabbing in the ears.
Or one
Ear
good
stab-
stab.
I don't
No,
think we go
you'd
that
go
far, though.
jugular. You would have to go jugular.
With the fucking pencil.
Do you think if you put...
Sorry, I watched a lot of
do you
John
think
Wick
if you
lately.
toothpicked a jugular, that would do it?
Yeah, yeah.
How far
anything
would it
that pierces-
squirt?
Well, I mean, the thing is you could pretty much cover up a toothpick.
Oh,
hole
God,
with
I watched that show
jugular.
Felon the other day again. You seen Felon?
No. Is that late night with where he does all the stupid voices and
it's
looks to
that
the
guy.
camera?
Yeah, he has
Jimmy
the people
Fallon.
on. Jimmy
Late
Fallon.
night with Jimmy Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon, live!
I fucked up the Tonight Show.
No, it's that great show. It's that guy. He goes to jail. Like, his life is going great. He starts a company.
Yeah.
He's doing his thing. He's got a wife. They've got a kid.
Okay.
Sounds like you before comedy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then he meets this guy who's like, there's a better way. Someone breaks into his house.
thought about just taking a life to feel like God?
This guy breaks into his house, is robbing them, and then he like grabs a baseball bat, chases the guy. The guy runs on the front lawn. He swings the bat, kills him.
Yeah.
Now he gets charged with murder.
But that's not murder.
He ends up settling on manslaughter, I think,
well.
but he still ends up with 3 years. They're like, you got 3 years.
years,
He's like,
yeah.
you fucking kidding? I'm going to jail. This guy broke into my house.
Yeah,
They're like,
yeah.
nah, you do it. And then he goes in there, and then it just shows you this
Yeah,
guy's
what
life.
happens, yeah.
Dude, it's so sad. This guy's life just ruined because then on the bus to jail, Because now you're going to jail with murderers.
Yeah, yeah.
Is what you're not going to a fucking one where someone like
Yeah, you're
ripped off
going
a-
to criminal
like,
university.
The big boy one. Yeah, you're with the guy. And then on that one, on the bus ride out there, this guy fucking shanks a guy and just kills him. And that's the thing that was crazy. You just watch him like stab the guy a bunch of times. Anyway, then he walks back to him and goes, throws him the shank and says, "You don't fucking say a thing." Now he's got the murder weapon. And they're like, "Okay, here we go.
no.
We're now adding a little bit to your term, sir." And then he's got to explain to his wife how it wasn't him at the first talk. And then it just spirals from there.
But I
Then
mean,
they
if you're
get
going to
him-
get the sentence anyway, you might as well own it and be like, yeah, it's my first day. You know what I mean? Like, I murdered that guy with the tattoos all over his body. Day one.
Liked it.
Yeah.
What do you think I'm doing tomorrow?
Yeah, look, I'm here anyway. I might as well be. Well, that's the thing is
It's my
like.
rookie season.
It's a rookie season.
No one's put up numbers like me in their
Big
rookie
numbers.
year.
You know what they say that?
You know how many Aryan brothers I've killed this week?
But I like their music. But that's the thing is they say when you go to prison, you're supposed to find the biggest guy and kill him or beat him up right away.
I thought you were supposed to let
That's
him
how-
fuck you.
No.
And then he was like, "That's my
No.
guy."
You can do that.
You do that
Aggressively
too.
get fucked.
You do that
And
too.
it's like, that's-
You're
No
supposed to
one
approach
fucks
the
with you
biggest
'cause you're
guy,
with the big guy.
and you're supposed to put down the biggest guy, and that's how you prove
What do you
dominance.
do? You
And
just
this
tell him
is
he's got
how
weak
I-
ankles?
this
You
is
have
how-
weak ankles.
This is how I deal with buffets. I go in, like, how much roast beef is that? And they're like, "Oh, this is enough for 5 people." The fuck it is. And I'm like, and then everyone else knows that I'm the alpha, right? That's how they know.
It's your fucking.
I do that at bars. How many shots can I get? Well, how many people do you have with you? I don't know, 50. Give them to me. I was like, where are your friends? Fuck my friends.
Can you
He's
roast
our new
beef
champion.
that's not roast?
I can roast beef right now. What are you, a fucking cow? Look at you. With the horns, you fucking idiot.
No.
Sorry.
Can you oven bake ground beef?
You could oven bake,
What
right?
would that,
I mean,
what does that
all you got to
turn
do
into?
is get the
that
temperature
meatloaf?
up.
Is that just talking about meatloaf?
Well, no, because meatloaf you gotta have a mix with it. But
How
you mean
cool are air fryers that they just called it an air fryer? It's like a little plug-in oven.
What I didn't know about air fryer was there was actually people that made air bud, but it was a religious thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, pretty cool.
Okay. What about air fire? Could we do that? Just air fire?
I think
If we
Elon
just-
Musk invented that.
Air fire with WD-40.
Air
You just
fire.
cook stuff with WD-40. Air fire.
I mean, you remember when there was like a craze for a while of cooking shit on your engine? Do you remember that? Like there was.
I used to do that with my
You used to
snowmobile
cook
all the
things on their
time.
engine. Yeah, you used to cook things
It's
on
a
your
Friday for Alex.
Yeah, dude. Back before I met you, when I had a snowmobile.
engine. Yeah.
Yep. We used to take. We
So
had
you
they
don't
were
have a
called hot
snowmobile
pots.
anymore?
Nope.
Well, I didn't tell you to sell your snowmobile, man. I mean, everyone knows that as a comedian, you need a snowmobile.
Dude, it's getting so bad. I just sold my jet skis this year. I had to sell my jet skis, dude. That
To
is a
sell
new
my
level of
jet
sadness.
Skis, plural?
Yeah.
Well, what good is one jet ski?
Well, one for each foot. He doesn't know how they work. He has no clue how it works.
These are my jet shoes.
It's like, this is a super expensive hobby. His friends are like, you don't need to do that. Yeah.
Just a hockey stick holding them together that I just in the
And you're like, well, you need a jet ski lift to get it out of the water, and also to the top of the hill. You don't have any clue how it fucking works.
You know who else I love?
What kind of jet ski did you have?
I had a Kawasaki SXR 800.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So before you met Simon, you're living the Northern BC dream.
Dude,
Snowmobiles, jet skis,
A
houses,
dirt bike,
drugs,
dirt
all
bike.
of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I had everything.
Depression.
Oh. Yes, very depressed.
Yeah,
Very
yeah,
depressed.
you've hated
That's
your
what it-
life.
When all the
You would
toys don't make
sleep
you
on your
happy.
desk at
Yeah.
work.
You're just trying. Yes, dude, I slept so much at work. It was
And
crazy.
then he
man.
came and he saw
It
a
was
hero.
insane.
He saw a hero yelling about the government
Just getting
in front of
paid
80 people in a little
$45 an
tiny
hour
bar.
to sleep, dude. It was like I
Yeah.
would look. You were like, I have 2 hours of work a day.
Yeah.
I work 10-hour days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would play Fortnite till like 2 in the morning.
Yep.
And then I would wake up at 6:53. I'd have to be at work at 7. Dude, I remember I'd wake up and I'd be so grumpy because I drained all the dopamine playing video games the night before.
Yeah.
And I was up so late. And I'd wake up on 4 hours of sleep and I'd walk into my bathroom and I'd look in the mirror and I'd go, I hate my fucking life. And I would scream. And then I would grab my bag. I would go outside into the minus 35. I would drive to work the whole time going, fuck. And I would get into work. And I would get my work orders through the day, and I'd look and go, okay, I can get this done in 3 hours. And then I would go to my chair, and I'd go, and I would sleep until noon. And then I would wake up at noon. I would eat my lunch. And then I would work from 1 till 4. And then at 4, I would go to my end of the day meeting. And then I would go home and then go back to playing video games.
I've never been on Bezos' side before, but I'm starting to get it. He's like, yeah, you pee in a cup. I'll tell you why. Because I know you fucking people. You're playing Fortnite.
Dude, it is crazy.
Yeah, and now you just come home and go, what a terrible show. I hate my life. But you know what, though? The worst day doing something you love is better than the best day doing something you hate. And it's true. It's absolutely true, right? It's
The
absolutely
worst
true.
day
You know who
doing
told me that?
something you love.
You know who told me that? Jeffrey Dahmer.
Jessica Alba.
And he fucking he was like, you know what? Sometimes the bear eats you, sometimes you eat the bear. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's like, and also I mean a black guy. And it's just fucking
Whoa,
weird.
he eats a lot of stuff, that guy. Talk about, at least he wasn't trophy hunting,
Very
you know?
sophisticated.
You know how he
palate.
died? You know why he died? You know who killed him? Some inmate was there, and he was like, I was sick of Jeffrey Dahmer making his food to look like human limbs and then fucking bragging about it.
Really?
And he's like, so one day they were at like a work detail at the gym, and the guy grabbed like a bar and just beat Jeffrey Dahmer to death, and I believe sodomized him to death with the bar, and then beat another guy to death too, because fuck it, right? You're there anyway.
Yeah.
And he wrote a book, Why I Killed Jeffrey Dahmer. And
sodomized him
all
with
it is like, he was a fucking psychopath. I killed him. Thanks, man. And like, but I heard that like
Well,
they
that's
don't.
got to be your salvation, right? Like,
Yeah.
if you
You
went
get
to
out,
jail for, like, something bad, and then you're in there and you're like, man, my life, I really fucked up.
I might
And
as well
you're like,
fix it.
how do I do something good for the world? And then some piece of shit comes in there. You're like this.
And you
Yeah.
sodomize him with a pipe.
Yeah. Fuck you.
I mean, I don't know if the exact method of getting the salvation.
Do it how you want. You know, do it how you want. It's your time. It's your time to shine. It's your firework. You're a firework.
The moment chooses you, right?
Yeah, the moment chooses you. What song's going through your head while you're sodomizing Jeffrey Dahmer to head to death with a pipe? I mean, what song's going? At that point, probably Macarena. It was around the right time.
Well, he's
Was it around-
probably got all the DMT coming out because he's dying.
Jeffrey Dahmer's probably loving it.
He's just DMTing
Jeffrey
while the
Dahmer's
pipe
probably
is
like-
going in his butthole.
Seeing kaleidoscopes.
Didn't that happen with like a guy? There was like a serial killer, and he like was
Banksy?
like Banksy was a serial killer. Wouldn't it be great if Banksy was a serial killer too? He's like, I make beautiful art, but I also murder
wow.
people.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, we've tied all the Banksy arts to horrible murders in the towns. We found this guy Inside Out, and then we found this phone booth with a pickaxe in it. I think pretty much is the same
those
fucking
But now
person.
they're worth way more. The Banksys would be worth way more.
That's the thing is, if you're murdered by Banksy, your funeral is fucking amazing. Right? There's people bidding.
Dude, that's
Do I hit 5,000? Do I hit
That's the
5,000?
weirdest
Do I hit
thing
5?
I think about a funeral is the fact that it's like that's what I always say. Like, the only way I could get all my friends together in the same room now is if I faked my death.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's so hard to get your friends to hang out. You
know
know,
what the
you're
weird
like,
thing
now
about-
that I'm dead, you'll come and hang out.
The weird
Like,
thing about a funeral
why
is-
are we doing the
Is
thing?
the guest of honor is dead. Like, what a fucking weird party. Dude, like,
it's
if you
weird.
ever had that,
Dude, that's the craziest
But
thing to
imagine
me.
if you had a surprise party for a dead person.
A
You know what I
surprise
mean? Like,
party
they'll
for a
never
dead
see it
person?
coming. Well, they didn't. You know? Like,
A surprise
but
party. You're dead, and you just show up, and
have
you're
a
like, I'm dead.
Yeah, imagine if your funeral
And
was
then
a
they
surprise
kill
funeral.
you.
Imagine if it was a surprise funeral.
Well, no, a surprise funeral, that's just a murder.
Yeah,
That's
true.
just someone comes home and you're like, hey, you're dead. You're
Guess
like,
what?
what? You're like, ka-ching.
Yeah. Hey, happy birthday.
I think actually
Dude.
was at a surprise funeral, technically.
You were at a surprise funeral? What
So how
happened?
about that? I'm not going to say the name, but we were at a birthday party, and the
Oh,
person's
God.
kind of sick.
Oh, no. Oh,
And
no.
there was a theme of heaven and hell. And then they played like a video of the highlights of the life.
Oh, no.
And the person's got like a very severe illness. And I turned to my friend. I'm like, I don't think this is a birthday party.
Oh,
Like,
my God. It's a celebration of
I think
life.
this is a surprise funeral. Yeah, surprise. Yeah.
Oh,
So,
wow.
Would you
bit
have
heavy,
one of
but
those?
would I have?
Would you go
no.
to, like, if someone said to you, is like, if something was, so say you're like 90, right? And you're on your way out. You're like, you've got all the fucking things. All the things you want. You know, the cancers, the dementias, whatever the
Dirt
fuck it
bikes.
is you want. Dirt bikes, you got the Kawasaki jet skis, whatever the fuck it is you want. He's got the jet skis. But say, so you know you're on your way. You don't know when, but you know it's like, it's fucking
You're
clock's
90,
ticking.
yeah, you got
you're on
something.
your way. And so someone's like, we want to do a celebration of life for you. Like, do you feel like that's them being like, enough already? Like, you know what I mean? You know, it's like, it's it's dragging on. You know what I mean? Like, I mean,
The grandkids could use the inheritance.
do you remember
know?
the 85th birthday? And we were all like, yay, here we go. Now you're still, you know, like, but would you want a celebration of life while you're still alive? Or would you want to be like, I'm
I
just
don't
going
even
to
like
Irish
birthday
exit?
parties. Like my own
I don't
birthday
either,
party.
yeah,
I don't know,
yeah.
but
I kind of want an Irish exit. I want people to be like, "Did you hear?" I'd be like, "What?" Just like, "Hey, he fucking died." What, like on the show? No, he died in general. Finally, there'd be a lot of that. But I don't know. Would you like that? Would you like a celebration of life if you knew you were on your way out?
Oh yeah, for sure.
You want it? Yeah.
Oh yeah. The more I get to see my friends,
He
it's
live
like,
streams
the
them on
more.
TikTok.
We would all turn it into a comedy show. Let's be
Yeah.
honest.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
we would
Oh, I
sell
would
out a
love
big
that.
venue.
I would absolutely love that. Wouldn't it be great if you did your celebration of life? If you did your celebration of life, and like it's like you picked a huge venue, and right before the celebration of life, they're like, maybe it'll be walk-ups.
I shouldn't have got the Queenie. I should have went to the Vogue.
You know what? It's a busy street. A lot of people like come by.
I start barking for my own celebration of life.
It's payday was last weekend, so people are just like, you're just celebration of life. You can't even sell out your celebration of life.
It's a summer show and a Connect or Connect
It's
game
like,
can't do that.
it's just a bad weekend.
Yeah.
You know, like Alanis Morissette's in town, and Alex is like, really?
The junior B team made it to the fucking finals.
I love.
Fucked.
Oh my god, that would be perfect. That would be the perfect death for me. Would be like I couldn't even sell out my own funeral.
That's so funny, yeah.
Like there's tickets available. Like low ticket warning goes on Instagram, but it's not really low ticket warning at all.
Give away free tickets to fill up the seats.
Papered funeral. Oh my god.
I've never seen this guy before, but it was pretty good in the end.
Hey, did you leave your email on a business card in a fishbowl? Now you get to come to Simon's funeral.
90% of the people never heard of you
Hello,
before.
what do you want to do? Well, I went to a funeral last year and I didn't like it that much. Funerals aren't any good.
Dude,
I
I
just
love
go
it.
see a fucking DJ
They say
instead.
at someone else's funeral. It's Dave Chappelle's funeral. He's going to be here. Like when you.
Oh yeah, they're all Dave Chappelle's funeral's coming to town.
Yeah, you're-
Moves his body around like Lennon, like the Queen. Oh, fuck.
Who's this guy's opener?
Hey, someone dies before you. It's like, hey, I mean, I gotta follow a dead kid. The fuck am I gotta follow a dead kid?
Before your funeral, it's my funeral.
Yeah,
We open his funeral.
Mikey's funeral and my funeral.
We close it
People
down.
will leave it halfway through. Well, they drop the checks.
Dude, I heard his opener at polio.
Oh my god. Oh my god. That has to be a thing. I don't know why that's not a thing, but it has to be a thing.
Oh yeah, they must
Yeah.
do that. They must do that.
Absolutely fucking have to have like funeral.
I would love to attend a paid funeral.
A paid funeral?
Yep. I
Like
would
people
pay
paid
to
you
watch.
like a seat filler like
What's
the
the worst
Emmys?
funeral you guys have been to?
Never been to one.
What?
Oh no, that's not true. I have been to funerals.
Oh.
I've been to funerals, but I mean they're not really funerals though, because they're very quiet little affairs, like wakes. I've been to wakes.
Okay, yeah.
I went to a funeral a few years ago. I've been to a couple. So one of them, well, I was way too young. I was a kid. I remember it was the funniest thing. The thing what kids do was my great grandma passed away.
Yeah.
And you don't really even understand death or whatever.
Like, yeah.
She was like 99. Like she was like so close to 100.
Oh fuck, that's
so
gotta
close.
suck.
So close. 1 year, man.
Oh.
Not
That
even a year.
generation wants
Like,
a letter from the Queen.
like God, I know.
You get a letter
Yeah.
from the Queen 100.
Really?
Yeah, 100. Yeah. That's
Did
why
the
she
Queen
died.
get
She
a
didn't
letter
wanna
from
write
the
herself a
Queen?
letter. The Queen? No, she didn't want to
She
write
didn't get
herself a
herself
letter.
a letter. Shit.
My grandma died like a day after she got a letter from the Queen. She
Really?
was hanging on for it, and then she got it. She's like,
Got the letter.
fucking
got it.
yeah.
It's a good thing they had the right address. It's like, oh, return to sender. So you went to your great
Yeah,
grandma's?
so I was at my great grandma's and I remember, oh God, what happened? Is that Alanis?
Something happened
Alanis
outside. Yeah, I don't know
Morissette?
what's going on. Alanis Morissette.
No, so at my great grandma's funeral, I remember it was like at one of the most kid moments I had
Yeah.
because it was, they're doing that thing where they're going, hey, let's just remember all the good times we had, you
Yeah.
know, with your grandma, remember all the fun times, all of that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember turning to my parents and going, why are we remembering all the good times? I was like, why don't we just remember all the bad times? That way we won't miss her.
That's actually very philosophical.
Yeah, dude. And I was like, came out of my mouth as like
Yeah.
a 6-year-old or
Yeah,
something.
no, that's smart though.
What? You're like, huh?
That's smart,
This
though.
seems simple.
No, it does make sense because it's like, and that's why losing a pet is so hard because there's no bad times, and you don't have any, because they were completely dependent upon you.
Yep.
Then you, like when my dog died, let me put her down. But when she died, it was like one of those moments where it was like, because I had lost my grandma, I was super close with my grandma, but she had died a few years previous, And oh, thanks, man.
It's got a shot of vodka in there, Jim.
Ah, there you go. We moved on to the fucking non-alcoholic beer that he put vodka in.
dude,
Did I drink all those tequila sodas?
I think so.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah, pretty sure.
Wow, fuck.
We've been here for 3 days.
It's been a long time. And so when my grandma died, it was like super close, but I didn't cry at all, which is weird for me. Because, well, that's not weird for me. I don't cry a lot. I'm an emotional guy, but I don't cry. But when my dog died, it fucking broke me. And it was because a great comedian, good friend of mine named Chris Gordon, as you know, told me, he was like, it's because you're their entire world. You're your animal's entire world. They didn't really have anything, nothing other than you and my partner or my wife exists to them. That's everything to them. And so they were completely dependent, and they needed you all the time, and there was never a bad day. It was always good. Yet with a grown-up human, there is the moment of like, well, you don't always get along, or and they don't need you, and they're not dependent, so you don't have that same feeling of you've let them down that you get with an animal, which is kind of what I think.
Well, it's like any of those books like that, like How to Win Friends and Influence People, that like Carnegie, or like any book, 7 Habits of Highly Successful People. Every book that's to do with like interpersonal relationship stuff and how to build those. Yeah, they all make reference to dogs. Oh, they all do. Oh, yeah. And they all talk about them. And they go...
Dude, be a dog.
Exactly, dude. Because it's basically, you're like, who is the most powerful thing in our society? It's a dog. And it does nothing. Yeah. But what it does, it just constantly gives to you. It just gives and gives.
We're talking about Randy Jackson, right?
Yeah, of course. Yep. And
there's a reference that only people get. Dog.
DMX.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, have you seen that clip where... they're talking about DMX. Who was it? Jay-Z. Is it Jay-Z? Talk about how he had to change the way he performed because of DMX.
Really? I haven't seen that. What?
Oh, dude, it's because
follow him, I think.
Yeah, he had to follow him on this tour. Like Jay-Z, it was Jay-Z's tour, and DMX was the opener. And he's like,
"You follow DMX,
dude." And he's like DMX.
Barking.
DMX would just go out there, like to start the show. He would just lean into the microphone and be like. And he's like, the crowd would go fucking nuts. And he's just growling into this thing. And then he comes out there and he's just, oh. And at the end of his set, he's like, they're going crazy. And he would close every set by doing a prayer. Like he would lead everyone in prayer. And he was like out there sipping some like cognac thing that looked like blood. He said it looked like it was a veil of blood, and he's drinking it and like getting them going. And then he would close like in prayer with everyone.
Oh my God.
And then Jay-Z comes out and they're like, it's a hard knock life. It's a hard knock life. And he's like, that motherfucker, I had to change my whole performance and learn how to follow this guy.
Wow.
Because it was so like, he's like, just the levels that he brought these people to. Yeah. And then back,
Imagine being like, you're doing, your career's going great and everything's great, and then you bring DMX on tour and just sitting backstage being like, I'm a fraud. Like, what the fuck am I doing here? Like watching someone like that go out and like, whoa, and just fucking the audience goes insane, and you're like, I don't even, you just give him Beyonce, have this. I don't know. But that's amazing to me, because good hip hop is like good old country music, is like good anything. It's like it connects to you, right?
Did you know that Garth Brooks is like the guy?
For what?
The most sales ever?
He's pretty big there.
Just like for go.
Him
if you
or
look
Chris
up,
Gaines?
No, dude, look up most platinum. No.
Oh, Clyde. No, what's
Chris
his face?
Gaines,
Chris Gaines. Yeah. Big Gaines.
He had hair.
Yeah. Garth Brooks is like, his numbers were
dude,
fucking nuts.
I had no idea, 90s. And you can't even look up any of his shit. So it's like if you look up,
crazy.
It's this RIAA certification.
Yeah.
So artists with the most, where is it?
Most
diamond certifications, I think.
Is him?
I'm pretty sure it's fucking Garth
Brooks. He's up there for sure. I know there's numbers in the 90s particularly.
So insane. I don't even know.
I don't know a single Garth Brooks song, actually. I don't know anything about country or new country particularly.
Because it was, I was looking it up the other day because that Macklemore post. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you guys saw that. Macklemore. So here, look.
I follow
Diamond Awards. Garth Brooks. Diamond Awards is 7. Mm-hmm. And then the Beatles is 7.
Yeah.
And then Led Zeppelin is 6. Eminem 5. Eagles 4, Shania
The band
Twain
that Led
3.
Zeppelin
Never heard of any of these
Katy
people.
Perry, Elton John, Adele. But it's like,
Adele? Mm-hmm. Wow.
but so what it is,
I use a Mac.
it's like,
Wow.
So stupid.
this is, but the crazy thing for
So he's number
McElroy's was,
one of all time?
Yeah, dude. Like my buddy was telling me that because I love Eminem, and my fucking hillbilly buddy's like, dude, Garth Brooks is like outselling Eminem big time.
Yeah.
And I was like, no fucking way.
Yeah.
He's white, so you
And-
probably like
yeah,
him.
Surprised you didn't
course
kick
I
into that. You're like, oh my
Of
god.
course.
So you mean I could have hip hop with more white people and less rapping? So wow, I like the idea of this. Like you don't know you like country music. So there's other types of music, and you're like, yeah, there's totally other types of music.
I
You're like,
didn't know there was more.
wow.
They have pianos and stuff?
Yeah, there's
Come
pianos.
on,
There's
dude.
a zither. There's this sound.
That's not a real music sound. So anyway, why? Because I looked it up
Oh, this
because
is better with alcohol.
Macklemore's been they're like one of the only guys. They're the coolest, dude. He's one of the only guys. So what happened is they got another thing that went diamond. So they've had another, like, songs can go diamond, albums go diamond. Whatever.
Yeah.
They had another song go diamond. So they said you're
Alex is a
one
music producer
You're
as
like
well.
one of only 20 people ever in the history to have more than one diamond.
Wow.
So McElroy's that, and they're the only people ever to do it independently. He's the only person ever without a label, dude.
So the number one is
Ever.
Garth Brooks,
Yeah.
not Neil Diamond.
Nope.
Wow. You would think of all the
Less
people.
diamond.
Because that's
He already started with one. He already
To
started
start,
with
yeah.
one.
Had a head start.
I always said this, like, if my name was Neil Diamond, if I put out my first album would be Neil in the Rough. Because I would just wait for people to be like, what the fuck? Like, Neil Diamond, Neil in the Rough. Right there. That's how you know I'm a comedian and not Neil Diamond. Neil Young or Neil
Well, that's
Diamond?
way better. I like that. Actually.
Well, no, you just need to
actually
move
good.
it so we don't have continuity all the time.
There you go. Perfect. It's not like we edit. Okay, so, all right. So, Neil Young, right? I
Right.
didn't know about this. Neil Young and...
Died of old age.
Is he dead?
I don't know, I just wanted to try to
Oh,
do the opposite.
yeah, I see.
I don't know.
Okay, sorry.
You said diamond in the rough, and
For
I
a
was playing
second,
on
I was
words
like,
here.
well, I'm talking about the Korean Neil Young. And the
Neil
philosopher
Jung?
Neil Young.
Neil Jung.
The Neil Jung, the philosopher, the German philosopher Neil Young. And,
Dude, I'm actually reading a book on Adlerian theory right now.
really?
Dude, it is crazy.
Adelian theory?
Adlerian theory,
Oh,
Alfred
Adelian.
Adler.
Is that from Game of Thrones?
No.
Alfred Adler?
Alfred Adler. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a really good book.
And what's he got to say?
Dude, he has got some wild takes.
Has he?
Which, dude, he would be so canceled today.
Would he?
It's crazy. Oh yeah, dude. It's crazy.
Women
to
are
see.
things. Okay, that's not good. That's not good at all.
You know what? He
Adler.
just comes out.
It's like
Fridges, microwaves,
chapter
women.
one,
Oh.
page 1. Jesus Christ, Adler.
No, he didn't even believe in trauma. Like he just believes trauma.
Doesn't believe in it?
Yeah.
Which is crazy. I'm like, dude, say that.
Has he
today
ever
and see
been
what
to
happens.
an ER? There's a shit ton of it out there.
Andrew
It's-
Tate before our time.
Oh no, but it's crazy. Like the way that he breaks it down is very, very good. So he was
in trauma.
no, well, so
He needs to be punched in the face.
no, so he's not.
Yeah.
So
We
here's
should traumatize
Yeah,
him.
here's
here's his thing: is that everything is a choice. Is his thing,
Oh, okay.
and it's it's pretty good. It holds the water pretty well.
Everything is a choice.
Holds water pretty-
It does. It does. Because he goes like this. So there's him, and then there's what is it? Freudian theory, right?
Yeah.
So Freudian was very cause and effect. So cause and effect being like, hey, here's the cause, now here's the effect.
Say,
So
fuck your mom.
So they would say, then fuck your mom. Yes.
Yeah,
after
that's
you
what he said.
want
Yeah,
to
yeah,
beat
yeah.
up your dad.
Yeah.
So then, so he talks about like social anxiety. Right? So this kid, say you have social anxiety because you were bullied. So Freud's theory would be cause and effect. So the
Yeah.
guy was bullied, that's the
became
cause, the
social
effect
anxiety.
is social anxiety. But the reason Adler says, well, that's not true, there's obviously some level of choice going on here because the cause and effect can be disproved very simply because you should be able to make it repeatable. then the same cause doesn't always lead to the same effect. So there's something deeper going on.
Yeah, because levels of trauma continue to evolve as the person evolves. So if the trauma itself, so if the cause and effect of the trauma, so bullying when you're 7 years old has a different effect than being, so it puts you in a position where you allow yourself, because you have lack of confidence, to be manipulated and pushed around when you're 25 years old. And that is a different type of behavior than flat out bullying. The way you're treated when you're 9 on a playground is very different than the way you're treated when you're 48 working middle management. And so the result is different.
Right, but you're saying every 9-year-old's going to have the same effect.
No,
if
not
you
every
bully
9-year-old. No, because human beings are different.
So there's something different, exactly.
Human beings are different human beings, but trauma is legitimate because it sets off, it's the first domino in a thing that sets off all the other domino. And if you're saying that domino doesn't affect, if you cannot have a human that exists without outside influence, it doesn't work. It's never happened.
Well, that's why Adler believes every problem in the world is an interpersal problem.
Oh, so does Adler understand chemical imbalance for mental illness?
I don't know, but I bet you smarter than everyone in this room. I guarantee you that.
But the thing is,
I guarantee you this guy knows more than all of us.
But here's the thing: is like so if you're saying if trauma doesn't exist, if there is no existence, then he's saying that the outside influence on the human psyche doesn't exist.
No, he's not.
So he's saying only positive influence. So if there's no negative influence on the human psyche from the outside.
So here's an example he gives. It's very good. He says, okay, so because the way this book is written, it's very good. It's called The Courage to be Disliked. And it's
he's getting right ahead of the game. He's page 1.
And what it is there's a young man and he's interviewing a philosopher, and the philosopher is basically regurgitating Adlerian theory to him, and the young man saying, I want to change my life. I'm not happy with this. I don't want to keep living my life the way I do. And he goes, no, you do want to. And he goes, well, no, I don't, because I'm unhappy. And he goes, well, you don't have the courage to be happy. It's basically what it is.
Okay.
And so he's saying you don't, you have a choice here, and you're not choosing it because you don't want to.
Right.
Because you know what the choice that you're going to have to make is going to be a lot of work. Or a lot of
in this situation.
Exactly. So then, an example he gives is his friend. He goes, I have a friend who suffers from social anxiety. He was picked on as a kid, and now he lives in his parents' basement. And he will not leave.
You can use my name. My name's Mike. That's okay. That's okay. Mike Greenwood. I'm comfortable.
Mike Green Thumb.
Yeah.
Mike Green Thumb.
Yeah. He won't leave the basement because he was picked on, right? And so then...
I get the whole basement, though.
So the whole thing.
Yeah.
You have the whole thing.
Yeah.
So then the young guy goes... the young guy says, so you're telling me that my friend doesn't have social anxiety and that it's a choice to stay in that basement. And Adler says, absolutely not. He goes, your friend?
Can I guess what his trigger?
Oh.
He's choosing not to deal with the social anxiety. Is that what he would say?
No, they're close, but that's good.
Okay,
That's
sorry.
good. No, that's good.
I'm an Adler disciple.
He lost the
Yeah.
keys to the basement. It's literally just a physiological issue. He lacks the motor skills to open the door. There's too many Cheetos on his fingers.
The Cheeto dust.
It's the dust.
Warhammer put out a new update this week. No, I think
That's a reference to anybody who listens to the Atletico Men's podcast that they don't. But anyways, that's just the fucking reference you won't get. But anyway, that's for me.
So anyway, the kid, he's got social anxiety, so he won't leave. So then he's saying, oh, you're saying my friend doesn't have social anxiety and it's a choice and he made it up? And he goes, no. He goes, your friend absolutely has social anxiety, 100%. He said, but what it is that you have to go, it's a mechanism that his brain developed to prevent being bullied. So he goes, there's always a goal. So he goes, and that's the layer. Once he pulls that back and he starts doing this in these other examples, you're like, holy fuck, dude. And he does it in so many where there's a goal. It goes that, so your goal, your brain and your subconscious has developed the goal to not be bullied. So then your brain goes, how can we prevent us from getting bullied? So it goes, let's develop social anxiety. So now when the subject goes to leave the house, he feels anxious and the brain's like, look, man, anxiety, and he goes, okay, I'm staying inside. And the brain goes, fuck, we did our job. Good. He didn't get bullied.
Yeah.
And so you have to peel back, what is the goal? And then when you start doing that, start looking at your own life like that, you're like, well, what am I really trying to do here? Like when I'm going to the gym or when I'm eating that shitty food, what is the goal that I'm doing?
Comfort and
I think you just changed my
control.
life.
And so
crazy.
that's
Hold on a
crazy.
second.
Dude,
Hold on a second.
it does
Hold on a
so
second,
many good ones.
So that works in the situation of manufactured social anxiety or anything. But what if you're schizophrenic? What if you're autistic? What if you deal with mental illness that is physiologically proven to be an
Right.
issue? What if your brain chemistry and your brain architecture is different than the average person? What if you're far too smart to exist in a regular world? What if you're far too stupid to exist in a world?
Yeah.
What about the physiological differences that cannot be traced back to protectionism of the brain? That your brain is simply trying to adapt to a world that does not, it's a key that does not fit the lock. And so those people are not making a choice to be schizophrenic. Most schizophrenics don't even know they're schizophrenic until they're diagnosed or told they're schizophrenic. But they're making choices in their life based on the fact that their brain is not functioning properly. It's like trying to run on a broken leg. And so you're telling me that in his mentality, your leg is not actually broken, but it is broken. It is physically broken. And
Right,
so
that may be a
is
different
situation.
case, dude.
But
I don't
that's
know
the
what to
case.
tell
So
you.
those are the choices. So in that say, so the problem is there is really very hard, and I'm not saying that some of it is not manufactured. And the protection idea, that makes perfect sense. I personally experienced that myself. I know that I take myself out of situations because my brain is so broken. But I also have obsessive compulsive disorder. And I also have depression. And I have a lot of problems that are chemical and physiological issues with the way my brain works. And so my brain is doing the best it can to adapt to a world that does not make sense to it. And same with people with ADD and everything like that. There is and I know it's a buzzword and it's easy to say neurodivergent. I hate that fucking thing. But the reality is, not everybody is the same. There is not a baseline or a 0 point that we can start from. The way human beings are, I mean, we only just started to map the brain properly. So the way people are built is fundamentally different from each other. There's so many different people. If you look at a school system, I am not an idiot. I mean,
variables.
I'm not a stupid person. I dropped out of high school. I dropped out of high school because I could not take the social and the way my brain works is, when things go slowly, it upsets me to a point where I get like, I cannot operate slowly. My brain doesn't work slowly. I don't like it. It doesn't work that way. I can't think that way. I didn't know until I was in my 20s, maybe 30s, that the way my brain needs to operate is at that speed. It's like Formula One cars have to go a certain speed to corner. Otherwise, they can't corner. When they go a certain speed, they can corner great. But if they don't go there, I didn't know that because those resources did not exist in the 90s and the 80s when I was young. And so I was forced into a position where I have no formal education. I was never accommodated. And I was many times ostracized from the class by my teachers. And then that is not something I created. Now, I may be reacting to that, but the physiological makeup of my brain caused me to be a certain way that made me alienated from, and then it's cause and effect from there. But the initial cause was real. And so what I don't understand by that is you can say that your reaction is a choice, perhaps, but that also may come from someone who's never experienced real trauma. Soldiers with PTSD don't make that choice. Their brain is broken because they killed a family of 7 in Vietnam, which they shouldn't have done. But I mean, like
they were talking back.
Don't do that. But what I'm saying is, like, so if you look at things like post-traumatic stress disorder, I mean, I have a friend who saw someone get pulled into a wood chipper and destroyed. That breaks your brain. I don't care who the fuck you are. You're a regular person. It's not 300 BC where you would just finish your bakery job and go down and fight the Spartans and fuck off back to work. That's not the way it works. Right now, we are not used to that. That kicks off something in your brain that breaks you. And so you may be able to fix it, but it breaks you.
I understand, yeah. That makes sense. So do you think everyone who saw that would react that way then?
Not everybody, but that's the difference.
So what's happening there?
So everyone has different physiological architecture in their brain, right? And so what happens is there's been study upon study that certain kinds of depression and mental illness and PTSD or whatever rewires your brain. Your brain adapts to what has happened to it. So if something traumatic happens, your brain doesn't keep going down the same path. It fucking moves because it's like, I can't handle this.
Right.
But it no longer is a psychological choice.
Yeah,
It becomes a physiological
how do you feel about
choice.
accountability?
Accountability is super important. And I'm not saying that these people shouldn't be accountable for their actions. I'm not saying that the guy who stabbed people to death on a Greyhound bus and cut a guy's head off is not accountable for that. But the guy that did that and the guy that is alive now are different people. Because the brain that did that no longer exists because it has been fundamentally changed. And that's the difficulty. Is so when you deal with a situation where, for anyone who doesn't know, there's a situation on a Greyhound bus many years ago where a guy stood up and just cut a fucking guy's head off and then ate part of him and the whole deal. That person was undergoing a severe physiological issue and has since been released because they have been rewired. Their brain has changed. And the chemicals they've been given,
crazy
the
that
medication
guy's
they've been
back
given,
out,
and he's
hey?
out. Because the
That is
chemical, because the guy
crazy.
on medication, the guy that is out now is not that person. They are different people. And until we accept the fact that your brain is who you are 100% and the physicality is nothing, it is just happens to be how your brain gets around, that your brain can be changed. And as much as it can be changed positively by therapy, by medication, it can be changed negatively by trauma. I mean, dude, there's proof now that DNA is damaged by emotional stress and emotional pain. DNA actually changes by emotional pain. Generational trauma is a real buzzword, but it is a physiological issue in some cases. People feel the pain of ancestors, and that changes the way your brain is. And so if you look at that, you can say, there's a lot of instances where you can say your choice is to be miserable. Your choice is, and absolutely, I know that's a thing. But there are lots of, as someone who fights this every day, there is a point where you simply cannot control because your brain, which is you, has turned on you. And you
But
feel
don't-
yourself going down
Do you
the
think
whirlpool.
so?
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
I've struggled with drugs and alcohol my whole
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
My whole life. And weight.
Yep.
Like my body weight, dude.
Yeah.
I just went 2 weeks without fucking eating food to try and lose.
Yeah.
And I do it all the time.
Yeah.
Like I have been in a tug of war with
Yeah.
weight. I was a fat kid my whole life.
Yeah.
And like I get it. I just feel like everything's a fight. I go to the gym every day, dude.
Yeah.
I'm in
Yeah,
the gym
oh, no.
every goddamn day.
And you're making great positive choices,
And,
and you're-
I'm
and
like,
you're- yeah.
and I'm like, you know, like I just.
Yeah.
I go to the gym every day. I basically, like, I eat super clean. I intermittent fast.
Yeah.
I write every day. Every
Yeah.
day I write.
Yeah.
Like, I write 30,000 words a month. You know, I'm reading books every night before bed. I'm meditating. And I still just struggle so hard.
Yeah.
Like, I'll just fucking get drunk and blow it up and
And
then do
everything that you
drugs
said
for the
there-
fucking weekend. And I go, fuck, dude. Like,
Yeah.
why? But I never
And everything that
go-
you said there is exerting control over your circumstance, which is your brain trying to control, and it's doing a good job. But because your habits are positive, people see them as positive. But if you said those habits were the other way around, so the drugs and alcohol are your way to escape whatever's going on in your brain. Also,
But
the way to
I feel
escape
like
what's
it's
going in
me.
No.
Anytime I make a mistake, I never go, "Oh,
You are
Alex,
both.
you have ADD and you have
yeah.
substance
Yeah.
and alcohol problems."
Yeah.
I go, "Alex, you're a fucking pussy. Quit drinking. You can do this."
and
Or like
how-
when I'm gaining weight.
Yeah.
Like I will, dude. I remember there's times where I was crying in my
Yeah.
parents' kitchen eating handfuls of peanut butter.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
crying, going, "Alex, you're gonna be fat
And why-
forever."
and
I
the
just
thing is
can't stop.
what makes a human do that? What happened to you in your life that made
I
you
don't know,
do that?
but I
And
just know
exactly.
that
So-
the option
Okay.
is to fight it and go against it.
So when I was 18,
but then so many people, it seems like they just give in to the habit and they just go, "I can't help it. This is what the thing is."
when I was 18, I didn't eat for a month. I ate chiclets and coffee. That's all I had for a month. I was so desperate. But previous to that, I had been bulimic. I had serious problems with restrictive eating. I hated myself, hated everything about me. I had no self-esteem. I have no confidence. One of the reasons my life is where it is because I have absolutely no confidence. I don't believe in myself at all. I'm waiting for people to find out that I
That's
don't
what they
wanna
say
do it.
successful people are.
Well,
they say
fuck.
successful people have an insecurity that they're running from. Have you
Jesus
seen that thing?
Christ, I'm terrified. Like,
like
I
three
believe
things.
constantly that every time I put out a clip or anything on YouTube, I'm like, this is the day that people are going to say that you're a hack, you're shitty, you're a derivative of this, you're garbage, nothing you come up with is original. I watch people, I'm terrified of myself. I don't trust myself enough. The fact that we're having this conversation to me is blowing my mind, that I'm actually speaking how I feel. It's not usual, but it's because I love you and we're friends, and it's just, you guys are, you know...
We've dirt
I'm
biked
comfortable.
together.
We've dirt biked together. But what I'm saying
Jump
is...
out the window after.
What I'm saying is that
Goodbye.
what you're doing, and what you're doing is exerting control over your life, and that control spiral is something that a lot of people with trauma or issues do. I do it myself. I do it in different ways, and so you're doing a positive thing for yourself, which is society sees as positive. You're exercising, you're writing, you're working
But
hard.
do you know
These
why
are good
I do
things.
that?
because you have control.
Well, the reason why is because otherwise I'd die.
Exactly.
So because if
your
I
brain
didn't,
knows,
I am ready. Like
Yeah.
I've been staring at death's door.
Yeah.
So many times,
Yeah.
dude. Where
Yeah.
like the same way that I was up in Prince George at my
Yeah.
house, had all the things.
Yeah.
I like probably at my lowest points at least once a week. I was like, how am I going to end this all?
Oh, dude.
And I always thought that's all my brain always. And
Yeah.
I would just go like I never. It was funny because I could never disassociate until like I started doing a lot of therapy and talking to some people, and they're like, "Oh man, like I feel sorry for you," and I'd like realized. I remember one thing I said one time that really stood out to me. I remember saying to a coworker, I was like, "Hey man, like does your depression get worse in the winter?"
And they don't know what it is.
And he's like,
What do you mean?
"I don't think I'm depressed."
Isn't it weird when
I
you
was
meet
like,
someone
"Wait
who
a
isn't?
minute." I'm like, "You
And
don't."
You don't
You
kill
think-
yourself more
Yeah.
sometimes than other times? He's like, no, I never
meet
want to
some
kill
people
myself.
And there's no, and
I
a
know.
lot of people
And-
are depressed and they don't
And
understand
you
what it
realize
means.
that, but
Yeah.
it's like, and that's the reason, like, and that's obviously why, like, I know why I'm doing what I'm doing. Like, I set out to achieve, and it's to give myself a feeling of self-worth
Yeah.
because I don't have that
Yeah.
otherwise.
It's
And
the
so
same as
it's
eating the
like-
peanut butter. You're just doing it with someone else.
And yeah, well, the peanut butter seems to be more like a quick hit of the dopamine. That's
Yeah,
like
you're just doing-
so
but
it's
you're-
delayed
yeah.
gratification is something that I've learned, but also achievement. Like now, for some reason, I feel like I'm stuck in like a status game where you're like trying to raise your status. Because the one narrative I know that runs through my head looping is I'm unlovable. And like, cause I'm in my mid 30s now, and I'm single, and I've never made a relationship work. Like I've
Thought
had.
about getting a haircut or?
I will not cut my hair.
Sorry, it is a comedy podcast.
If I cut my hair, listen,
We just cut his hair and it's just Tinder blows up. Oh, fuck, I didn't
I'm
know.
gonna grow my hair so long I can hang myself by it one day.
Oh God! Do you know what they call that? They call that a Rapunzel exit. That's so
Can you imagine? Just like that would be like the. Do you think
yourself
anyone's
with your
done that?
hair?
Could I be the first? Would that,
That would
be
be
an
amazing
original?
if you
That would
did
be like
it.
an
Like, 'cause
original.
first of
out?
all, that would show off how great your hair was, and people
Oh,
would be
yeah.
like, "Why would he kill himself with such great hair?" You know what I mean? Like that seems like a bad idea to kill yourself.
And then you'd have to do this mental health campaign.
It's wrapped
Even with
around a
hair like
beam.
this,
Yeah.
you could be that sad.
Bell let's
Don't
go off.
think because they have great abilities.
You got pretty great hair though, right?
It's pretty good, but I'm worried because it is getting thinner, and that's my whole
fuck
thing.
thin
My
hair.
whole shtick is that I'm like, dude, I have to get successful before I go bald. I think that's most men's challenge.
That's everyone's.
You're just like, dude,
when I
you
first
got
met
it.
Simon, we hit it off about fear of balding.
Yeah.
The fear
Yeah.
of
He didn't
balding.
even know I was a comedian. He just thought I was a guy on the street
Yeah.
that was afraid of balding.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, I used to have a sign that said, "Are you afraid of balding? Give me a hug." I meant Alec
fair.
Baldwin and I was right.
He's bald.
Anyway.
Bald win, more like bald lose.
But then you see people go bald, nothing. Like I remember Graham Clark, I think, had a full head of hair when I met him.
Yeah.
And then now he's gone bald, and he's not.
It's fine.
Yeah,
It's not a big deal.
isn't BM going bald?
He had a
Brett
great joke about that. Graham Clark said, he's like, "I call it going bald because it sounds like I'm doing something." It's a fucking great joke. Just a
That's
perfect
so
joke.
Good.
But I think that this is the thing is like I think one of the reasons that that I became your friend and that I find you interesting and everything is because you are a very intelligent person. But also intelligence comes at a cost. It comes at a price a lot of the times. And often the more intelligent you are, the more difficult it is to exist in the world. And I always say that like comedians particularly are like modern fighter jets are essentially unflyable without computer help. They're very, very difficult to maintain trim and everything because they're designed to be hyper maneuverable, which means they're also incredibly unstable. That's what a comedian's brain is. What a lot of people with mental illnesses brain. They're incredibly capable of doing these ridiculous things at speed that blows people's minds and everything, but they're inherently unstable. And whatever you have to do to maintain your flight pattern is what you're doing. Some of us maintain. I mean, I'm very lucky I never fell into the alcohol and drugs thing. I mean, I like to drink, but it's not something I ever relied on. But I tailspin like you wouldn't believe. Like there are days when I literally, suicide makes the only sense. It's the only logical choice. You have to talk yourself off that ledge. Someone told me once what that is your brain going, it's actually an optimistic thing, is your brain going, there is a way to fix this, just so you know.
Right.
There is ultimately
Well,
a way
they
to fix
talk about
this.
it with being like if your hand was burning on an oven.
Yeah.
And like the quickest way is like just take your hand off.
Exactly.
You know, so
Yeah.
it's like let's just pull the cord.
what it is.
And then we won't have this pain anymore.
I had a very good friend of mine who's a comedian. I won't mention his name, but he's got OCD really badly. And we talked, and I was in a very, very bad place before I knew that's one of the problems I had, because I knew I had depression, you know. And because also when you think OCD, you think like, oh, these crazy intrusive thoughts that are always like really repulsive or like ridiculous fastidiousness. That's not necessarily what it is. It's the kind that I have is that I do get some intrusive thoughts, but they're always about how I have harmed someone without knowing or done something negative without knowing. And what it is the way that particular mental illness works is it's that prey instinct that we all had from 500,000 years ago, or 200,000 years ago, whatever. Is your brain is trying to figure out the worst case scenario so it can protect itself because you are thinking so far ahead of the situation. You're like, I have to make sure that I know all the outcomes. Unfortunately, your brain also finds the most negative outcome, and so you can go online. So say you convince yourself, like I did, that I had black mold poisoning.
Yeah.
Now I know I probably didn't have it, but at that point I've convinced myself I did. Every single symptom, every single symptom I had. So I went on the internet and I would look for every single possible fucking confirmation that I was sick. And I didn't look for confirmations that I was fine. I needed to hear people say you are sick, and you can't find it because it's almost impossible. But then you'll find one comment by some fucking guy on Reddit or something, and that's what you cling to. And that negative connection is because your brain needs to be reassured that the madness that it's concocting makes sense. It's not looking for a solution, it's looking for confirmation bias. And that's the issue with being, and sometimes people hide from those things with alcohol or booze or whatever it is.
You ever heard that like soldier mindset and scout mindset? It's so cool where it's just like soldier mindset, like a soldier has a mission. It's like I have to figure this out. And like scout mindset is just to find the truth.
Yeah.
And so it's like,
You don't want to be a scout.
You want to be a scout.
No, I mean you want to, but for happiness, you don't want to be a scout.
Yeah, you do. The scout's the move.
You want to be the scout
He knows
leader.
everything.
Yeah,
But
you
no,
want to be
'cause, like,
scout
so
leader
much-
because you're like, come to the tent with me.
Because what they do, like your brain, when you get information, like what us we do so often is like the example they use is say like capital punishment. Say that like you're for it and I'm against it or something. Say that you then give me evidence showing that it works.
Yeah.
If I have a soldier mindset, first thing I'm going to do is read through that. And I'm going to try to find any reason to discredit why this isn't true. And then even like a spelling mistake or date's wrong.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
this thing, the fucking date isn't even right. Look at you don't know how to spell. Fuck this. And throw it out. Is where a scout mindset, which is what you should be striving for, is you take that information, you read it, you cross-reference it against your old information, and then you formulate a new opinion. And go, okay, here's what it is. And they say people with scout mindset are very good at, they don't tie intelligence to being wrong.
No.
So it's like if you're wrong doesn't mean you're unintelligent.
Scientists
And
are like that.
and they don't look at like changing
wrong
your
is
mind.
good.
They don't look at changing your mind as a weakness. Is where a lot of the time, like right now, if you come in the room and you got someone to change your opinion on something, it's like, oh, they're weak-minded. You swung them, and it was like, well, no, you just didn't have all the information before.
No.
Yeah,
Right,
exactly.
and it's like, so they don't.
So what I've always said about comedy is like whenever I talk to audiences, I always assume the audience is as smart or smarter than me, and I always assume they don't have the time, the luxury of time that I have to look at shit. So my job, if I want to make a point, is to take it and use humor to make the point the most digestible and easy to accept in a short amount of time as possible, because I'm trying to make a point that I believe, but I've also had the luxury of time to look at. They're thinking about snow tires or their sitter or their kids or whatever the fuck they're doing. I'm sitting in a car thinking about, universal basic income for 5 hours. That's all I'm thinking about. It's like, okay, how do we do this? How do we do this? And then my job is to take that idea and go to a room full of people who don't believe in UBI to be like, how can I make this make sense to them? Even if they don't believe me or don't follow with me, how can I make my point as clear, as quickly, as concisely as possible in a way that is not confrontational, but is approachable and understandable. I live by a quote, which is, when it comes to audiences, which is, it is not enough to defeat them. You must make them see they were wrong to oppose you. And so what that is it's not enough to just go,
merciless.
We approach comedy very differently.
but it's not enough
Who
to go
said
into a
that?
room and
Joffrey from
murder.
Game of Thrones?
Yeah, it's probably Hitler. And it's not enough to go to a room and murder people. You must make them see that even if they don't find the point right, the joke makes sense. So to me, it's like I love comedians that I listen to that I may not agree with, but I'm like, I see why you did that. I understand. And so I never thought that making mistakes is how you learn. That's the point of things. I think if you have that soldier mindset, you're happier because you're always right. No matter what happens, you will find a way to be right. And you see that now with the internet. It doesn't matter what, like flat earthers is a good example. There are some people out there who legitimately believe the earth is flat. It doesn't matter what you say, it doesn't matter what you show them. There will always, well, it's fucking doctored, that's not true. Because they need to believe.
That was my favorite in that documentary. Did you see that? The
Yeah,
very
they're
end,
all
like,
there.
we're gonna see the light bulb. And
Nope.
there's nothing. They're
Nope.
like,
No.
So the experiment's wrong. We got to remeasure.
You could
it.
literally take them to space and they'd be like, these aren't real windows. Like it's that, but that must be so comforting to be at that point where you just believe so. I mean, you're frustrated.
the
You're
thing
like,
that
how come
I
the world
would
doesn't
find the
believe me, but
most
you believe?
comforting that I've come across. Should we cut her up?
We're good. Yeah.
For an hour?
Oh, we're good. Okay.
Um,
Well, we can finish this conversation.
The thing that I always think would be the most comforting is that's what I'm talking about, like TV. I've been trying to watch some, like, just chill.
Zone out. Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
I can't. Like, I'm
Yeah,
just like, when
I know.
if I
know.
don't wake up and I'm like, I think I was meant to be back. My ex-girlfriend said this to me. She's like, you would have been great in the tribe thing. Like, hunt the wildebeest, man.
Yeah.
Like, that's your
Yeah.
fucking thing. Because,
Yeah.
dude, like, if I don't wake up and chase the thing,
Yeah.
I'm like, what am I fucking doing? And, like, I go, dude, I spend so much goddamn time alone. I live in a fucking RV by myself. And I will walk and I will look and I will see two people, like, at the park. And I'm like, dude, imagine. Like, I know that you're really breaking it down because they have all their own interpersonal problems and a ton of shit going on in their life and all that. But I just see two people fucking talking and having lunch. And I'm like, what's that like?
Your
Because I'm
problem
like,
is,
I like the other day went to the fucking comedian thing and I'm on the laptop like 8 hours. Just
I've known you for a long time, and I've seen you work, and I've talked to you, and we've been friends for a long time, and I've seen this in you that I see in myself, that I see in Mikey, and I see in a lot of people, and a lot of comedians particularly. The way the world is doesn't always make sense to us, and so we do the best we can to look human. And it's like being an alien on a planet. It's like being an alien that came to Earth. Like, I look like a human. I know how humans talk, and I know how they work, and I understand. And most of the time, you can hold it together. You can be like, aha, that is how relationships work. I will do this because that is how relationships work. But once in a while, you're like, like you just fucking lose your shit because you're like, I'm an alien. I don't understand. I am so frustrated by the world all the time. You know how fucking annoying it is how slow people move? It's so infuriating to me because I'm like, just do the thing. I know what you're gonna say. Just fucking say the words. But it's not polite for me to go, just fucking talk. I have to be like, oh, your dog is what?
Dude,
I have
that's
to
what
do
someone at my old job said to me. It's like, Alex, do you know how annoying it is when you finish everyone's sentences? Because I'm like, I know what you're going to say. Just finish it. Like,
It'd be funny if he's like, do you know how annoying it is if I finish your sentences?
and you fucking drilled him on it.
I could talk to you for another fucking 10
Yeah,
hours, and I will after this podcast is over, but it is the end of the podcast. Thank you so much for listening and or watching. Please send us an letter at www.skpodcast@gmail.com. Please follow us on Twitter. Mikey, what's your Twitter? Mike Greenwood Fun?
Mike Greenwood Fun on Instagram. Or, yeah, something like
Twitter
that.
and,
Not Twitter.
what's
Armenian hitman.
Alex Tells Jokes? Alex Tells Jokes? On TikTok?
Nope.
Alex Jokes?
Never heard of her.
Tells Alex Jokes? Fuck, I don't know what if. Just find Alex Mackenzie. We're going on tour together too, so come and see us. If you're gonna see, we're in Vancouver, we're in Prince George, we're in Kelowna, Kamloops, Red Deer, we're in Grand Prairie. We're all over the fucking place with Marissa
there.
Kelly.
The Hungry for Laughs
Comedy Tour.
That's a fundraiser?
Yep.
He booked a bunch of
Nice.
very successful and famous entertainers and then threw me a bone, and I love it.
You're one of them.
He put me on the gig.
They're
He's
gonna
like-
drag us to success.
Yeah, he's like.
Who's on the show? Who's on the show?
They're all flying, and me and Simon are taking the RV.
I wouldn't have it any other way. We're cooking bacon.
And, we're in the RV. We got Arissa Kelly. We got
Chris Turner.
International Foot Archer. So what I always say is, it's the best show on the planet.
It's a
I would
pretty
put it
fucking
toe to
tough
toe against any other show, dude. It's a variety act. We got world-class comedians. We've got the best freestyle rapper on the planet and an international foot archer.
Yeah.
She shoots flaming bow and arrows
She
with
has
her
to
feet.
go last because we all were like, we don't
in
want
the
to follow her.
contract.
Like,
Yeah,
look,
no.
I'm funny, but I'm not fucking
Foot
flaming
bunny.
target funny. Like, let's face it.
You're not following that.
No, I'm not hot chick with flaming targets. Like, I can't fucking do that.
Plus, after if she went first, everyone would leave, and then we'd be
Well,
talking
yeah,
to an
we'd
empty
be fucked.
theater.
We'd be talking to an empty theater. But then again, they already paid us, so maybe maybe this is a loophole. We could fucking get out of there. You can find all those tour dates on thisissimonkking.com or ecl.com.
Yeah, anywhere you want, man. Just send a tweet. You could go to hungerforlaughs.net. You go to eclproductions.com. Don't forget to brush and floss. Gingivitis is the leading cause of tooth decay in North America.
Wow, you're just going to take that right out of Mikey's mouth. Speaking of Mikey's mouth, gingivitis is the... Mikey Greenwood, thank you so much. Alex Mackenzie, thank you so much. This is fucking fantastic. And thank you so much for watching That's What's Wrong This Week.